We're about to talk about stop overthinking and start flowing, but don't leave early, because at the end of this I'm going to reveal why your mind keeps sabotaging your peace and how letting go was never as hard as you were taught to believe. Let me ask you something. When was the last time your mind was truly quiet? Not asleep, not distracted, not scrolling, I mean quiet. If you're listening to this, chances are your mind never stops talking. Replay after replay, conversations that already ended, mistakes that can't be undone, futures that haven't even happened yet. Overthinking doesn't feel dangerous. It feels normal. But here's the dark truth. Overthinking is not intelligence. It's not depth. It's not awareness. It's your mind stuck in survival mode. And today, we're going to expose it. This is not motivation. This is not positivity. This is psychological truth. By the end of this, you won't force yourself to stop overthinking. You'll understand why it was never helping you in the first place. Deep breath. Let's begin. Overthinking is not random. It has a purpose. Your brain evolved to predict danger. Thousands of years ago, thinking ahead meant survival. But here's what your brain cannot tell anymore. The difference between a tiger in the bushes and an awkward text you sent. Your nervous system reacts the same. Heart tightens, breath shortens, mind speeds up. Psychology calls this hypervigilance. You are scanning for threats that no longer exist. That's why overthinking feels urgent, important, necessary. But most of your thoughts are not instructions, they are noise. Studies show that over 85% of what we worry about never happens, and of the remaining 15%, most people say they handled it better than expected. So why does your mind keep spinning? Because anxiety convinces you that thinking equals control. But control is an illusion. The more you think, the less you move. And movement is where peace lives. There is a loop most people never escape. Thought, emotion, reaction, regret. Thought again. Overthinking feeds on attention. The more you observe a thought, the more real it feels. Neuroscience proves this. Neurons that fire together, wire together. The brain strengthens whatever you replay, so every time you relive a moment, your brain believes it's happening again. That's why you feel exhausted, even when nothing happened. Your body has been running simulations all day. And here's the most dangerous part. Overthinking pretends to be you, but you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness watching them. The moment you believe every thought, you lose yourself. Most people don't suffer from life. They suffer from the stories they tell about it. Think about moments when time disappeared, playing music, creating something, walking alone, training your body, cooking, driving at night. That state has a name. Flow. In flow, the mind quiets because it no longer needs protection. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi found that flow happens when challenge meets presence. No past, no future, only now. Overthinking pulls you out of the body. Flow pulls you back in. That's why movement calms anxiety. That's why silence feels dangerous at first. Your mind resists flow because flow dissolves the ego, and the ego is addicted to commentary. Here's something few people admit. Overthinking keeps you busy, so you don't have to feel. Stillness brings emotions to the surface. Grief, anger, loneliness, truth. So the mind talks, it distracts, it runs scenarios, so you don't sit with what's real. But healing doesn't happen in thought. It happens in awareness. When you stop fighting the moment, the nervous system resets, not instantly, but naturally. Calm is not forced. It emerges when resistance ends. Here's the paradox. Trying to stop overthinking creates more overthinking. Thoughts are like water. The harder you grip them, the faster they slip. Instead of asking, how do I stop thinking? Ask, can I let this thought pass without following it? You don't need to fix your mind. You need to stop arguing with it. Flow is not achieved. It's allowed. To retrain your brain, move your body every day. Movement tells the nervous system you are safe. 2. Reduce input. Too much content creates mental clutter. 3. Single task, multitasking fragments attention. 4. Name the thought. Say, this is anxiety speaking. Distance gives power back. 5. Return to sensation. Breath, feet, sound. Flow begins in the senses. You were never broken. Your mind was just trying to protect you in a world that no longer requires constant defense. Overthinking wasn't the enemy. Believing every thought was. You don't need to escape your mind. You need to rest inside the present. Flow is not somewhere else. It's right here, in this breath, in this moment. If this message resonated with you, stay close. There's more coming for those who are ready to listen beyond the noise. You've been waiting for the reveal. Why does your mind keep sabotaging your peace? Why does it replay the same conversations, the same fears, the same imagined futures? Here it is. Your mind is not trying to hurt you. It's trying to protect an identity. Overthinking isn't about solving problems. It's about protecting the version of you that is afraid of being wrong, being rejected, being out of control. Your brain would rather keep you anxious than let you feel uncertain, because uncertainty feels like danger. But here's the truth most people never realize. The moment you stop trying to control every outcome, your brain stops sounding the alarm. Your peace was never stolen. It was covered by your need to be certain. Let that sink in. You don't overthink because you're weak. You overthink because somewhere deep inside you believe if you think enough, you can prevent pain. But pain doesn't come from uncertainty. It comes from resistance. And the second you stop resisting the moment, flow begins. Let me reveal the final truth. This is what changes everything. Thoughts only have power when you negotiate with them. Read that again. They only have power when you sit at the table. If you let them pass like background noise, they lose authority. Your mind quiets, not because you forced it, but because you stopped feeding it. You were never trapped by overthinking. You were trapped by the belief that every thought deserved your attention. And now you know peace isn't created, it's uncovered. Flow isn't achieved. If this shifted something inside you, stay, because this is just the beginning. And if you're ready to move beyond noise, there's more waiting for you. Stop overthinking, start flowing, and watch what changes when you finally stop chasing control. If this message spoke to you, if it felt like something you needed to hear, you're not alone, and there's more coming. For more real, honest content about self-worth, healing, and becoming emotionally stronger, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us on this journey, because choosing yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary.